Good morning, Miria. Work has already started, but you're going to be late again today? This is your 5th day in a row being late.
Oh, sorry. You see, my boyfriend I'm currently living with wouldn't wake me up on time. To tell you the truth, we were too busy making love all night, so we couldn't go to sleep until it was already morning. Sorry, I guess the both of us just overslept again.
That's not an excuse to be late. Hurry up and come to work, will you?
Oh, come on, Pietra. No need to be so stiff. Just because you're 39 and still single and are doomed to a life of loneliness doesn't mean you can take that anger out on me, who's about to get married at the age of 20, I think. You know, you should really go and find a boyfriend of your own, because maybe then you wouldn't be so uptight about everything anymore.
Like I said, none of what you're saying right now changes the fact that you're late. Come to work immediately.
Aw, can you forgive me just this once? You see, our wedding is going to take place next week, so our love for each other is also at a peak right now. I promise that from next week, I'll come to work on time every day. So in exchange, could you just let me be with my boyfriend a little bit longer? Please, Pietra, are you really going to make me just leave him like this?
That's not an excuse to be late. Hurry up and come to work.
Huh? What's your problem? And to think I was sharing some of my happiness with you. This is why you're 39 and still single. Guys are turned off by women like you who are too uptight, you know.
Do you want me to say the same thing for the 4th time? Should I copy and paste it over and over until you finally understand what it means?
Fine, I get it.
Oh, and by the way, when addressing your colleagues at work, you need to be more polite and have manners, no matter the age of the person you're talking to. Please don't bring your private matters into work. I don't want to have to tell you this several times as well.
I understand. I'll get prepared and leave the house right now if that's what you want.
Thank you. We've got a department meeting today, so it would be best if you get here as soon as possible because it's about to start in 30 minutes.
I don't think today is a holiday, right, Pietra? But it's already time for your lunch break, and I still haven't seen you. Could it be that you're late? This is why single old women are the worst. You always nagged me for being late to work, but now you're late yourself? Seriously, Pietra, this is just embarrassing. This is why they call you a hypocrite, you know.
Hello, Miria. But I got to work on time this morning as usual, and I've been at my desk all morning. What are you talking about?
Huh? But I haven't seen you at your desk all day. Our department mainly deals with internal affairs, so the excuse of, I have business outside won't work, you know.
Oh, so you didn't get the notification regarding the staff relocation?
Staff relocation? What are you talking about?
You see, I've been moved to the marketing department, and I'm going to be working here starting from today.
Huh?
I already moved all the stuff that was around my old desk to my new desk. Didn't you notice?
Seriously? You're right. Everything except the computer is gone.
Yes. I was told that a new employee that's going to be joining us next week is going to be using that computer, which is why it was left there.
So it's also true that you were relocated to the marketing department? But that department is popular amongst the women here since there are so many handsome men. I wanted to go there too.
But didn't you say that you had a fiancé? Never mind. This staff relocation was announced to everyone in the company 2 months ago. You're only hearing about this now?
What? Really? Where did they announce this information?
Multiple places, really. They sent it to all of our work emails, and it was even announced in our group chat. I'm surprised you haven't heard it from one of your colleagues, since it's been a common topic of discussion around the office these past 2 months. Anyway, is that all you had to say to me?
Oh yeah, my wedding is going to be this Sunday, but...
Oh, is that so? Congratulations on your wedding.
I didn't invite you to the wedding ceremony, but I thought that I would invite you to the reception after that.
Thank you for the invitation, but I have a wedding on that day as well, so I can't go. I'm sorry.
Is that so? And to think I was trying to be nice to you for a change. This is why single old women like you are the worst. Do you even know how to loosen up and smile for a change, or is that frown just a permanent part of your face now?
Well then, I'm currently in the middle of eating lunch right now, so goodbye.
What? Are you kidding me right now? Why are you at my wedding ceremony, Pietra? You know that you weren't invited, right? I remember specifically telling you that a few days ago. Yet you seriously came to my wedding? Oh, that reminds me. You said something about how you couldn't come since you had a wedding of your own, right? You seriously didn't go to that wedding and came to mine instead? Why? Let me guess, you're here to get acquainted with some of my husband's friends, since most of them are doctors, lawyers, pilots, or other such high-income professions. I didn't think much of it when you told me you wouldn't come, since I just assumed that you were invited to a friend or relative's wedding, but to think that you were actually planning on finding a man at my wedding? This is unbelievable. The fact that you lied to me about it is especially disgusting. I didn't invite you here, so I'm not going to let you inside the wedding venue no matter what, all right? This is why single old women are the worst. They act all arrogant and superior, but at the end of the day have no sense of shame and are willing to do anything to find a man that will accept them. Will you please just hurry up and go home? You're not wanted here. Huh? You're seriously still here, Pietra? And to think that I was relieved and thought that you did as I told you and went home when you didn't barge into the chapel, as I was kind of expecting you to. Hold on, why are you wearing a wedding dress? But even wearing just a white dress is considered rude at a wedding, and you come here in a wedding dress? Seriously? Just how much of an idiot are you, Pietra? Don't tell me, but are you here for my groom? You seriously couldn't be satisfied with one of his rich friends or something? Seriously, I knew you were an uptight old hag, but to think that you were also one of those women who can only be satisfied by stealing other women's men? You disgust me, Pietra. That's not something a single old woman about to turn 40 is supposed to. Usually only pretty young women like me do stuff like that. Well, I understand why you would want to steal him after all. He's rich and handsome, but this is just going too far. It looks like I need to do something about this before the reception starts. I'm not going to let you ruin my wedding, no matter what, Pietra. Yes, I successfully chased away the single old hag that was after my groom. With that out of the way, we can have our wedding reception without having to worry about you barging in anymore. Wow, it looks like bringing this sewing kit was a good idea, I guess. These scissors especially came in handy.
Miria, just what are you trying to do?
Oh, it looks like you finally replied to my text.
Could you please explain to me why you suddenly ran at me with those scissors of yours and cut apart my wedding dress? To be honest, I thought that you were going to stab me or something.
Huh? Why in the world would I stab you? Are you accusing me of being a psychopath or something? And stop acting like you don't know anything. You know exactly what you did, and I don't have to tell you again. This is why single old women like you are the worst. They always start acting like the victim when they're caught doing something wrong. I mean, what were you even thinking coming to my wedding wearing a white dress? You're the one who owes me an explanation. Besides, I didn't even invite you, yet you still came. At first, I thought that you came to find a man of your own amongst my boyfriend's rich friends, but that's when I noticed that you came wearing a wedding dress. That's when I remembered how you told me you had a wedding of your own, which is when I realized what you were trying to tell me. You were planning on barging in on my wedding and stealing my groom from the start, weren't you? The wedding you had to go to was mine from the start, wasn't it? Jesus, Pietra, you're scaring me with just how much of a psychopath you are.
Basically none of what you just said right now is true, Miria.
It's no use lying to me, Pietra. I see right through you and your lies. Now that I cut that wedding dress of yours apart, it looks like you won't be able to find a man for yourself at my wedding like you intended anymore. Hurry up and go home.
What? I thought you said that I was after your groom or something. Never mind. It's no use trying to find logic in anything you say. Anyways, looks like I will have to go home now.
Too bad you couldn't get out of the life of a single woman. I guess you'll just have to wait a bit longer for that, but since you're already 30, and not only that, but have a terrible personality as well, I think it's going to be difficult for you to ever find a man. Sorry, Pietra. I kind of feel bad for you. I guess you're just going to have to live the rest of your life alone. That must be really sad, right? But enough of that already. Because today I gracefully overcame the obstacle that was the single old woman that came to ruin my wedding, and am now going to find happiness with my husband.
I had no idea that we were having our weddings at the same venue.
What are you talking about?
It's not that I was invited to someone else's wedding, but I came to this wedding venue to have my own wedding. Oh, and I feel stupid for even having to mention this, but I definitely did not come to your wedding to steal your groom or something. I was wearing a wedding dress because I was the bride, as it's custom for the bride to do, you know.
Huh? But isn't it a thing where a crazy jealous woman suddenly shows up at your wedding wearing a wedding dress because she intends on stealing your husband? Doesn't that happen in real life as well? Pietra, what are you going to do about this? I can't get married anymore because of you.
Good morning, Miria. I heard that your fiancé canceled the marriage.
Yes, and it's all your fault. He told me that he didn't want to marry a crazy woman that cuts up other women's wedding dresses or something. I tried explaining to him that I only did it because I thought that you were there to steal him from me, but he said that that just made me sound even more crazy. But to think that I was about to marry a rich man, that's gone now, and it's all because of you. Seriously, what are you going to do about this? This is your fault, you know.
How is this my fault? This is all you're doing, Miria, so please don't blame me for your misfortunes.
It's your fault for wearing a wedding dress. If I had known that we were having our weddings on the same day and at the same venue, this never would have happened.
First of all, it seems like you're forgetting the fact that you suddenly ran up to me with scissors in your hands and cut apart my wedding dress. I mean, you could have at least talked to me and asked me why, and second of all, it's not like I planned this, since I didn't know that you were going to have your wedding at the same wedding venue as mine.
What did you just say to me? Are you trying to say that I'm not a normal person or something? Of course I didn't hesitate in ripping apart your wedding dress. I thought that you were there to steal my groom.
You see, my wedding was a small-scale one, so I only invited friends and family. I didn't invite anyone from the company. I heard that you too only invited a few of your colleagues you were close with from work. Besides, did you forget that I made an announcement to the company that I was getting married on the same day you were going to have your wedding?
What? You told the company that you were getting married?
I did.
What?
This is probably the reason that we didn't notice that we were going to have our weddings at the same venue.
I don't care about any of that anymore. All that matters now is that my wedding was canceled. My rich fiancé, he's gone now.
Yes, but complaining about that to me isn't going to change anything.
You rented a new wedding dress and went through with your wedding, right? That's so unfair. Why do you get married and I don't?
Miria.
What?
You see, when you suddenly approached me with those scissors and cut apart my wedding dress with them, I was honestly very scared.
Huh?
Thankfully, I wasn't hurt, and since you were probably going to have to pay for a lot of different stuff, like an alimony from your ex-fiancé and cancellation fees for your wedding, not only that, but I heard that the wedding venue was going to make you pay for the wedding dress that you cut apart. That's why I thought I would just forget about it and not make a big deal, but...
What are you on about?
Not only do you show zero remorse towards your actions, but you act as if I'm the one who harmed you and not the other way around and are getting mad at me for it, I think.
I don't like where this is going.
I realize now that if I don't settle things with you, it's not going to benefit either of us, so I decided that I'm going to make you pay me an alimony.
Seriously? Pietra, please, I'm begging you. I regret what I did to you, so now you can cancel that alimony you're making me pay you. Not only am I being asked to pay a total of 50,000 euros to my husband in the wedding venue, but even the company is suggesting that I voluntarily resign. Even if they let me stay, everyone at the company gives me these strange looks and suddenly started being cold to me. So I think I have no choice but to quit. And on top of that, my parents are saying that there's no way that they're going to help me. And that, on the other hand, they were actually going to cut ties with me, which means that I don't have anyone to rely on anymore. But you're still going to make me pay you an alimony? Even though I'm currently living in hell on earth? There's no way I'm going to be able to bounce back from this. Pietra, please. Don't you realize how much anguish you're causing me right now? I'm asking you as a colleague to help me right now, you know? I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart, and you still won't help me? Just who do you think you even are? This is why single old women are the worst.
Oh, I guess you're married now, but... When I went to work the next day, Miria was nowhere to be seen. I asked our manager about it, and apparently she had already turned in her letter of resignation. I heard about what happened to her after that from her parents, who came to me to apologize for what their daughter had done. After submitting her letter of resignation, it seems that Miria planned on locking herself in her own room in her parents' house, even though her parents had already cut ties with her. But her parents already knew Miria and how she was an expert at running away from difficult situations with all her strength all too well. They kept watch over the house's entrance, and sure enough, Miria was attempting to sneak into her room. They captured her immediately, and apparently they sent her to live with a relative of hers that she hated so much that it was possible that for her seeing them was a trauma in and of itself. It seems that these relatives of hers paid for all the stuff Miria had to pay for. She was for some reason welcomed at this house, which is when the two sons of the family... I decided that listening to Miria's parents' story any longer than that would give me trauma myself, so I ended the conversation with them there.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Raiden, I have something important to talk with you about. Do you have some time to text with me?
What? Oh, hi, Lily. This is your first time texting me in over 3 days now, and you have something important to tell me? Finally? Hopefully it's something about where you ran off to, and why you did all that in the first place, leave me worried about where you are and how you're doing. And if it's something else that you think is important, why don't you come back home and tell me to my face? We should be able to talk to one another in person about things, considering you and I are married, especially after you just left me here.
Being married and having to talk in person takes a lot of time, especially after I've been away from you for a little bit now and haven't said a word. And what I have to talk with you about, I don't want taking a lot of time away. That's why I'm talking with you right now over text.
What are you talking about, Lily? Can't you just come home to me already? I've really been worried sick about you, and I'm afraid of what might be happening.
Listen, Raiden, I am pregnant with my boyfriend's kid.
What? Your boyfriend's kid?
I've been dating another man, and since he and I have been doing so well with one another, he got me pregnant. I wanted to tell you this sooner, but I was too afraid to at the time, so I ran to his place and have been staying there in his comfort. That's why I'm only getting back to you now, and wanted to tell you this. I'm going to go be with him now, so let's get this divorce over with.
I was wondering what you'd have to say and why you'd been gone, but if this is the thing you have to talk with me about, then we should be doing it face to face instead of over the phone. I understand to you that it will be a bit scary, but it's something we need to do as husband and wife. So, will you please come home now?
Jesus, why are you always like that all the time? You want to make a bigger deal out of all of this, right?
You told me that this was important, and seeing that what you have to say is very much important, we need to get together and talk. We're a family. And as such, this event is now a family matter.
I hate the fact that you're so weak, Raiden.
How does this make me weak?
It just does. Look at what you're wanting to do now. You're wanting to take something that you can't handle alone and drag all kinds of random people into it, all so that they can help you deal with me, right?
I was only planning to have those that should know about what's happened here be a part of the conversation. They all deserve to know about what's happened between us here.
Well, I'm saying that a weak loser like you can't do anything by himself and has to have others around to help you. We're getting a divorce. No matter how many people you try and get to help you, they won't stop this. I've already made up my mind, and the choice I've made is to have this baby with their father and live a happy life there. We're going to have this divorce, and then I'll make sure to get as much settlement money out of you as possible.
Settlement money?
Be ready for that.
Hey, Kurt, I'm sorry to be asking you this out of nowhere. What is it? Something to do with work? I'd like you to have a look into the man that Lily has been cheating on me with. I know that this will be a surprise to you and all, but we can talk about all of the smaller details later. What? Lily? You mean your wife, Lily? She's been cheating on you with someone. How could she do that to you? That's what it looks like to me. And I'm not sure, Kurt. Before I had a feeling that she was with someone, but yesterday she just came out and said that she has been, to me. She even told me about how she's now pregnant with her boyfriend's kid. And I'm just not sure how to handle all of that yet. I'm sure in a few days all the emotions will really slap me in the face, so before then, I'd like your help. Are you kidding me? But so far, these are all the things that she said to me. I'd like to divorce her right now, but I'm going to need some solid evidence of her cheating on me before I make that move. And I have to have the address and name of the man she's been with in order to get that settlement from him too. But that's a tough job in and of itself. Well, I see. Well, that all makes sense to me. So, now that you're aware of all that, I'd like you to look into them for me. I need whatever evidence you can get of that man and my wife, so that the divorce can go a lot easier for me, and I won't be getting the short end of the stick. Alright then, I'll come up with something for you. It may take me a little time though, so hopefully you're not in too much of a rush. I have some time on my hands at the moment. Alright, good. As for today, before you head home, would you mind stopping by the office to come see me? I'd like to introduce you to a very good divorce lawyer I know. He's been a good friend of mine, and I'm sure he'll make good work of that divorce for you. That would help me out a bunch. Once I'm finished with work, I'll send you a text letting you know that I'm on my way over. See you later, Chris, and thank you. As a deposit for your help, I'll make sure to get you a case of beer or something this week. Alright, that would be awesome. I'll see you later today then.
Hey, Raiden. Have you still not gotten around to divorcing me? I made sure to leave that divorce paperwork with you before I left, right? I already went and got all my things from your place while you've been at work. I will not be seeing you again, so just finish the divorce for me already. I just need you to sign those papers and take them to the courthouse. I would like to be married to my boyfriend before the baby comes. You wouldn't want for me to ask for even more money in this settlement, right? For every week you take getting that paperwork handed in, I am raising the settlement by $100,000, all right? All you are is a simple office worker, so shouldn't you be taking care of business before you go into debt? I really think it's best that you hurry it up there. Raiden, you have to have noticed it's been a week now since the last time I spoke to you, right? Are you just trying to pick on me now or something? Well, that's just going to hurt you in the end. Since you've just been taking your time with the divorce, the settlement is now up to $200,000. I told you already, right? Every week you take getting that divorce figured out will be another $100,000 I ask for. If you don't give me this divorce, then I won't be able to marry my boyfriend. I'm sure that a man like you doesn't know this, but if a woman doesn't get married within 100 days of her divorce, she has no chance of getting married again. So if you don't hurry all of this up, then I'm going to have this baby and never get married in time. I want to have my wedding before my belly becomes too big as well, so come on now, hurry up! And just like that, you now owe me $300,000 in the settlement. Hey, you understand that, right? You have now wasted another week messing around and I'll be getting another $100,000. Well, at least for me, I'll be getting more and more money every week you waste over there. I guess I'm pretty lucky here. But there has to be a limit to how long you're going to take here. I want to be married to my boyfriend before giving birth to this baby. Stop making me tell you this. Hurry up and hand in that paperwork to the courthouse.
Lily?
What? So you've finally gone and handed in that paperwork, right? That's what you're going to tell me?
Nope, I still haven't handed that in yet.
Huh?
You have been wanting for the both of us to get a divorce. And so, before I can make that happen, I needed to gather some evidence.
Gather some evidence?
You happen to know that my friend Kurt works as a detective, right?
Ah, there was a friend like that.
I didn't want to hand in the divorce paperwork and let you run off with all my things. Hence why I haven't gotten around to handing anything in yet.
Run off with all your things?
I want to make sure that I get my share of the settlement before letting you go.
Come on now, you thought I was going to do that to you? I just wanted this divorce to happen was all. But then you kept taking your time, which is why I started to raise the amount I'd be asking for. That was foolish of you to wait so long. So I'm not going to run away until I have the money you've made me wait for now. If anything, I'm not going to let you run away after this divorce either.
Do you have any idea what you're talking about right now? I can see you're still talking about that $300,000 and all.
Well, of course I am. I have a right to that money. Actually, I was hoping to get $400,000 with you, but you finally came around to talking. I guess that'll do. Consider the settlement to be $300,000, all right? You should be thankful that's all I'm asking you for. For $300,000, I will go ahead and divorce you.
What? You're really okay with paying me $300,000?
What?
I'm talking about the settlement. It's all right for me to get that much from you?
Huh? Are you trying to tell me that you're going to get that money from me?
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, come on. Are you being serious?
I'm being very serious.
Oh man, you're going to make me pee myself. You're crazy.
What's so crazy about that?
Well, that's crazy because it sounds to me like you have no idea what you're talking about.
All I'm saying are things that actually make sense in this context.
But look at yourself right now. You're acting like you should be the one getting the settlement from me for some reason.
Tell me how that makes me the crazy one here.
Come on now. When it comes to the settlement, only women are allowed to get it. Which means you being a man, you have to pay me that money, right? I see now. So that's why you've been waiting 3 weeks now and have gotten the amount up to $300,000. You're flat out crazy. But it's not like I'm going to ask for anything less than that amount.
What have you been going on about, Lily? In the case of this settlement, the one who is unfaithful will have to pay the affected party the settlement.
What?
This is not about gender.
Huh? You're the one who has to pay, right?
I really have no clue where you got the misconception from or how badly you hit your head to think that was the way things worked. But maybe you should have a look on the internet or go and ask a lawyer about this. Well, actually, it seems you did get that kind of an idea from the internet. So, how about you go and talk with an actual divorce lawyer, and they'll set you straight. I'm assuming what you've been referring to is this one instance where a woman said that all females get the settlement in a divorce. But that was just some idiot online. And in all the comments, people went on and on and on about how she was so stupid for thinking such a thing.
What? No way.
Right. So really, you and the man you've been going out with will be paying me the settlement. Of course, something like $300,000 is way too high. But something like $70,000 from each of you will most likely happen.
That much?
I've already been talking to a pro about all this, so don't think I have anything wrong here. Have you, come to understand reality now?
No way. This can't be happening to me. That's not good for me.
What's not?
I thought that I'd be the one getting the money in this divorce. I've already gone and bought all kinds of high-end things. High-end baby clothes and high-end clothes for myself as I grow larger. A really nice stroller and a really nice cradle. Some new shoes and a new fancy purse. What am I going to do? The amount I owe on my credit card is insane. I won't have enough to pay it off.
So, this is what happens to those that get tricked by online sources.
What?
So you went and spent all that money you never had and are now being asked to pay it with money you still don't have. You had always been terrible with my money while you were my wife, but I didn't think you'd get any worse.
Actually, things should be fine without the divorce, right? I'm not going to divorce you anymore. I'll make sure to break up with my boyfriend now, and I'll make sure to make you the father of this baby.
What? Do you have any idea what you're talking about, Lily?
Well, this would be amazing for you, right? You'll be able to raise and love my baby for me, and you won't have to say goodbye to me anymore. There is so much merit to all of this for you, right?
That's just loads of demerits, you idiot.
What?
What the hell is wrong with you? Acting all happy about making me have to raise your boyfriend's kid like that.
But it's also my kid, right?
No freaking way am I taking that kid.
Why not?
I have nothing against the child you'll have or anything, but I'm not going to be used by you in order to raise your kid while you go cheat on me.
I'm telling you that I won't divorce you anymore, Raiden.
And I want a divorce. Now.
What?
Well, after I found out that you've been cheating on me and got pregnant, every ounce of love that I had for you is gone. And that love is never coming back again.
No. Then what am I going to do? I don't have tens of thousands of dollars, Raiden.
How about you start by running off to and crying to your parents?
What?
I've already told them about everything that's happened.
What?
We already made a promise that if you're not going to be able to pay me, they would in your place. Of course, they're going to get all that money back from you at some point in the future.
Wait,
That's all I have to say to you now. Later on, my lawyer will be going to meet you, so at that time, you may talk with them about anything else you have to say.
Wait a second.
I'm going now.
Raiden, I just had my baby, and so I'm wanting to ask you for child support now. Actually, my boyfriend ended up making a new girlfriend and ran off with her. So, Raiden, huh? You're not reading any of these.
For starters, that child that my ex ended up giving birth to was never mine, so I didn't have to give her any child support or anything like that. Yet she continued to message me about the child support she just assumed I'd have to pay her, showing that she hadn't looked up anything about this beforehand. What a joke, that woman. I just went ahead and blocked her number after seeing all that, and then went and blocked her on all my social media platforms. I've moved out of town now, so I'm not too worried about her coming to talk to me in person. But just to be safe, I told my lawyer to get me a restraining order on her. I'm still working the same job that I had, but my boss is willing to let me do it remotely from here, as long as I at least make it to the office once a month for meetings. A little while later, I got an official apology from her parents with the settlement, and they told me that they sent her far away to her aunt, who lives far away from the state. She's being forced to work now out there, and all of the money she'll make will go back to her parents in order to pay them back. I've been told as well that the aunt she is living with is a very strict woman, and will make sure that she doesn't stop working every day until that money is paid. And she is no longer considered a major embarrassment to their family. And as for that kid, her parents are taking care of it right now. Originally, they had wanted to put it into a foster home of some sort, but after realizing the kid didn't deserve a life like that, they took him in their home and said they'd raise the little guy until Lily was back. And when that day comes, and Lily has been changed into a proper woman again, that is useful in some way to the world again, she'll get her kid back and be forced to live on her own. A lot of things have happened to the both of us, but from here on out, we'll have nothing to do with one another. I've made sure to thank all those people that have helped me through this long divorce process, and have also made sure that I don't think of myself as weak for getting help during times like this. I'm going to do what I can to start a new life as a now recently divorced bachelor.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Patrick. I'll be going back to my hometown this weekend.
Huh? Where did this come from all of a sudden? Did something happen?
Apparently, one of my childhood friends has been hospitalized. I was thinking of heading home to see everyone anyway, so I figure it makes sense for me to go so I can see her in the hospital while I'm at it. Another friend told me her and a bunch of the gang from our school days are organizing a class reunion, so I plan on staying over for that.
Oh, I see.
I'll be staying in a business hotel while I'm there.
Huh? Won't you be staying over at your family home?
Even if it is still technically my family home, it doesn't really feel so much like it since my mom and dad passed away. My brother lives there now with his family. His oldest daughter has her finals coming up soon, and I'd feel bad if I got in the way while she's studying so hard.
I guess that's a good point.
I do plan on heading over to see everyone. It has been a while after all. I just don't plan on staying there is all, which is why I booked a business hotel for the trip.
Got it. All right, Elena. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, baby. I booked us in at the hot spring resort this weekend. I was worried they might not have any rooms left for us because of how suddenly we decided to go. Thank God I phoned in to find out. It turns out the hot spring resort you recommended had 2 spots left. How lucky is that? It's so convenient being a stay-at-home housewife at times like this. I can't imagine being able to book trips and vacations on such short notice like this if I had a regular job. I'm so lucky.
Huh? What's going on, Elena?
Huh?
I thought you were staying in a business hotel in your hometown this weekend.
Oh, Patrick?
Huh? What's going on?
Oh, the business hotel I'm staying at has a hot spring resort.
Wow, really? Is that even a thing? Did you tell me about this before? I'm pretty sure this is the first time you've mentioned anything about a hot spring resort.
Oopsie, honey. Sorry. I was sure I told you about it a while back, but I guess maybe I just thought I did after mentioning it to my brother or one of my friends.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, of course I am, silly. It was a really long time ago, way before I actually booked in to stay there recently, so my memory might be a little hazy. Sorry, babe. To tell you the truth, I don't really remember.
That's fine, I guess.
Oh no, I gotta go. I need to go and buy some supplies for the trip at the supermarket. It's been a while since I went on a trip this long distance, so I've got some major stocking up to do. Sorry if I confused you, babe. There are no changes to my plans to see my brother or visit my friend in the hospital, so don't worry, okay? You could just forget about all that stuff I just said.
Right, got it.
Hey, Patrick. Just letting you know I arrived safely at the station in my hometown.
That's great, Alina. I'm really pleased to hear it.
I'm about to stop by to see my brother and his family, and after that, I'll be visiting my friend at the hospital. After that, me and some of the girls from my old class plan on meeting up for some drinks in the hotel lobby before letting our hair down and shooting the breeze for a little while at the hotel hot spring resort. Then tomorrow is the class reunion. I'll be pretty busy over the next couple of days, so there's a chance I won't be able to reply straight away if you message. It's probably for the best if you wait until I'm done with everything here before reaching out again.
I see.
If you need anything, just message me or leave me a voicemail, and I'll check it after I get wrapped up here.
All right, understood. You really are going to be a busy girl, huh, Alina?
Hey, Vince. I just got done visiting my brother and his family and finally got checked into the hot spring resort. When will you be arriving? You said you'd be heading straight down after work, right? Did you clock off yet? Are you on the train already? Oh yeah, guess what? My blockhead husband still doesn't have the faintest idea what I'm actually doing here. Imagine his shock if he knew his wife was doing it with his own cousin behind his back. I told him I was only coming back to my hometown to see my brother and visit a friend in the hospital, and he actually bought it. Can you believe how dense that guy is? Oh yeah, and that's not all. I accidentally almost let everything slip when I messaged him thinking I was talking to you, but I covered it up by saying the business hotel I was staying at had a hot spring resort. I thought the jig was up, but he fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Obviously, that pea-brained moron is paying for the whole thing. We can finally be together without having to hide or caring what anyone thinks, baby. So let's just make the most of it. Let's have the time of our lives on my husband's dime. We can make steamy love in a luxury hot spring for free. How does that sound, my big hunky stallion?
Alina, Could you just confirm the hotel name so I know I'm headed to the right place? I'll need our room number too.
Sure thing. The hotel's called The Naughty Kitten, and we're in room 69. Hurry up and get here, big boy. My juices are already flowing at the thought of you grabbing hold of me with those big manly hands and violating relentlessly until I can barely walk. Ravage me, baby.
Got it. Hey, Vince. Where are you, asshole? Huh? Wait. Is this Patrick? Well, ain't that a blast from the past? What's it been now, like 3 years? Asshole? Is that the way you greet your cousin? I asked you a question. I'm not... I'm on the train. Why? You wouldn't happen to be on your way to the hot spring resort where Aline is waiting for you, would you? No. I knew it. So you did know. What? What? No, what? You're on your way to spend the night at a hot spring resort with my wife, right? What the crap's gotten into you, Patrick? Like hell I'd put my hands on your wife. What do you take me for? Jeez. A lying asshole. You can drop the act already because I know everything. Huh? What are you talking about? Alina accidentally sent me a bunch of messages that were intended for you. That's how I found out about the affair. God damn it, seriously? And that's how I know you're on your way to a hot spring resort to spend the night with her. God shitting damn it! Why did she have to go and do something so stupid? Always knew you had loose morals when it came to women and money. But I gotta admit, I never thought you had it in you to get involved with another guy's wife. Do you know what, Vince? I used to think you were a nice guy. But it turns out you're the most unprincipled asshole I've ever met. Screw it. What's the point in denying it if you already know? You're right. I'm piping your wife. We're spending the weekend on vacation together at a luxury hot spring resort. The plan is to bang her brains out all weekend in our private room with an open-air tub. I see. What the hell kind of response is that? Do you even understand what I just said? I'm plowing your woman, loser. You could at least give me a good reaction. The fact that you went out of your way to message me after 3 years like this must mean you're here to try and stop me, right? I guess you could say that. Good luck trying to do that when you don't even know which hot spring resort we're staying at. The Naughty Kitten. What the heck? I pretended to be you and asked for the address when Alina messaged me by mistake. Holy heck, you gotta be joking me. There's only one hot spring resort called the Naughty Kitten in all of America. It was only a matter of time before I found you once I had the name. Holy Jesus balls, are you for real right now? If you pull out now, I'll knock a small amount off the compensation you're gonna owe me real soon. Compensation? However, if you ignore this warning and go ahead with your hot spring resort vacation with my wife, there's a strong possibility I'll charge you double. Double? Damn, you asshole! I don't think that's any way to speak to someone when you're in desperate need of their mercy and lenience, Vince. Anyway, what will it be? Fine, you win. So, I just need to go home? Yes, and then you need to block Elena's number. If I find out you guys have been in contact behind my back after today, I swear I'll charge you so much compensation you'll be stuck in an endless cycle of debt and suffering for the rest of your life to pay it off. Jesus, Patrick, point taken. I didn't know you could be such a hard ass.
Vincey, baby, where are you? What's taking so long? Hurry up. I'm ready to get down and dirty, you big slowpoke. You know, there isn't a day that goes by where I don't wish I met you first instead of that loser Patrick. Sure, he makes a lot of money, and it's nice to have everything paid for without ever having to work, but my God, is he boring. He's a total wet noodle. Still, this little thing we have going on now ain't half bad, huh? I think we should carry on as we are for now. I want to use as much of his money while I can, while he still has it. You always hear people say love and marriage are two different things, but it really is true. I'm not ready to divorce my ATM husband yet, but you're still my number one baby.
That's funny, because I despise you.
What the hell?
Elena, you still haven't noticed, have you?
What are you talking about, Vince? Quit acting weird.
Jeez, how dumb can you be? Sure, our display pics do both coincidentally happen to be pictures of dogs. And I guess the breeds do kind of look similar, but still. I thought you noticed if you kept making the same mistake, but it looks like I severely overestimated your intelligence and literally have to spell it out for you.
What the...
Are you familiar with the concept of messaging the wrong person?
The wrong person?
This is not who you think it is.
It isn't?
It's me, Patrick, your husband.
No way.
Hey there, you cheating whore. You should know that you're wasting time if you're trying to get in contact with Vince. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse that included a smaller compensation payment. Something tells me you'll never hear from him again.
No, Patrick, don't you see? You've got this all wrong, I swear. It was just, a joke. Yeah, that's it. This whole thing was nothing but one big fat prank. The truth is, it's actually a big group of us staying here. Me and Vince are staying in separate rooms, I promise.
Cut the crap, Alina. It's too late for you now.
Please forgive me, I'm begging you. Listen, baby, how does this sound? How about you come to the Naughty Kitten and we spend a night of wild passion between the sheets? Will that make this better for you?
Excuse me?
You know, like, we could spend the night together is my way of apologizing.
Please don't say such disgusting things. I don't have a sick bucket nearby.
What? But why not? I can't think of anything more amazing than vacation at a hot spring resort as a couple.
Let me get this straight. You're asking me to spend the night with you, my cheating wife, in the place you intended to cheat on me with?
Well...
Kelvin's on the way to collect you now.
Huh? You mean my brother? Why would he be involved in this?
Of course I mean your brother, and of course he's involved. I just got done talking with him, and it turns out you did actually show your face at his house, and you did actually visit your friend in hospital. It was when he told me that the Naughty Kitten is only 2 stations away from your hometown that everything made sense.
Whoa, no, wait a sec.
He's going to be holding you at his house while keeping you under surveillance for the time being.
What? At his house? No, I can't stay there. My niece has exams soon.
Kelvin told me all about how these exams she has coming up are only practice exams, and that in any case, your niece is so gifted and intelligent. She aces literally everything at school with no effort.
Oh my God.
The bottom line is that you're totally fine to stay there. Now, shall we move on to putting an end to this once and for all?
Oh my God, that sounds dramatic. What do you mean?
My compensation.
What?
The divorce.
No!
You cheated on me. What the hell did you expect to happen?
Please, Patrick, I'm begging you. I only did it one time. I thought you had a big heart. Surely you can find it inside yourself to forgive me. I promise I'll never do it again. I can't bear the thought of losing you, baby.
Correction. It's not that you can't bear the thought of losing me. You just can't bear the thought of losing my money.
No, that's not true. You're my special pumpkin pie, and my life is meaningless without you. I love you, baby. I love you and no one else. It was never about the money. That was just crazy talk.
Why are you even there? Why are you even trying to hide it? Did you forget about all those messages you sent me by mistake? Listen, Alina. There may have been a time when I was your special pumpkin pie. Those days are gone now.
Well, those messages, they were,
Oh, looks like your brother is about to arrive.
Huh?
You said room 69, right?
Wait a sec. Did you pretend to be Vince even though you knew I didn't mean to message you just to find out my room number?
Bingo. Impressed, Alina. Maybe you do have a brain after all.
You deceitful prick. That's not fair.
I'd say cheating on me was a little more deceitful and unfair, but whatever floats your boat.
Patrick, will you hear me out? I swear on my life that if you forgive me this one time, I'll never, ever cheat on you again for as long as I live.
Give it a rest already, okay? Didn't I just tell you? I despise you.
What?
Expect a visit from my lawyer in the coming days.
Wait, no! You can't seriously mean that, right?
You'll see how much I mean it soon enough. All future communications will go through my lawyer. Goodbye.
Oh my God, who even does this? I don't want a divorce.
After that, my brother-in-law Kelvin explained the situation to the receptionist at the Naughty Kitten and checked Alina out early. Thanks to his support, and the assistance of my incredible lawyer, the divorce was finalized without a hitch. Amazingly, I even got my compensation quickly in one lump sum. As for my cousin Vince, he got disowned by the entire family when they found out what he did. I don't have a clue where he is nowadays, and to be honest, I don't care. As for my ex-wife, Kelvin tells me she's still desperate to patch things up with me and spends her days tormented by consequences of what she did. Thank God I work from home and was able to move as far away from her as possible, huh? Remote workers? Raise your dongers. Hooah!
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.